All right,
All right,
welcome
welcome
to the
to the
Remarketing
Remarketing
Podcast. My
Podcast.
name
My
is
name is
Jerome
Jerome
Lewis. I'm
Lewis.
your
I'm
host
your
for
host for
today.
today.
The
The
Remarketing
Remarketing
Podcast is a
Podcast is a
podcast where we
podcast where we
talk
talk
marketing,
marketing,
tech, business, and
business, and
leadership.
leadership.
We talk
We
these
talk these
things for
things
real
for
estate
real estate
agents, real
agents,
estate
real estate
investors, and
investors,
real
and
estate
real estate
entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs.
The
The
Remarketing
Remarketing
Podcast has
Podcast
two
has two
purposes.
purposes.
Purpose number
Purpose number
one,
one,
shift
shift
to
to
spotlight
spotlight
you,
you,
your
your
business, your
business, your
service,
service,
or your
or your
product in
product
a
in
way
a
that
way that
provides
provides
value to
value to
you,
you,
including
including
market
market
exposure and
exposure and
content
content
creation.
creation.
Purpose number
Purpose number
two,
two,
to
to
educate and
educate and
inform
inform
our
our
audience and
audience
our
and our
listeners.
listeners.
All
All
right,
right,
so
so
we
we
have the
have the
lovely
lovely
Sheila
Sheila
Cohoon
Cohoon
today,
today.
and I'm going to
And I'm
read
going
her
to read her
bio.
bio.
With
With
30
30
years,
years,
she has
she has
gained
gained
amazing
amazing
skills from
skills
every
from every
position
position
in every
in every
company,
company.
from
From
customer
customer
service
service
to
to
executive
executive
administration,
administration,
from
from
IT
IT
support
support
to
to
software
software
programming
programming
and
and
everything in
everything in
between.
between.
Sheila was
Sheila was
always willing
always
to
willing to
step
step
up.
up.
In
In
2018,
2018,
after
after
15
15
years of
years of
dedicated
dedicated
service to
service
her
to her
last
last
employer,
employer,
they
they
did
did
their
their
contract
contract
position, and
position
she
and
was
she
left
was left
without a
without a
job.
job.
Today, she
Today,
is a
she is a
successful
successful
realtor
realtor
and
and
business owner
business
with
owner with
an
an
amazing
amazing
future,
future,
with an
with an
amazing
amazing
vision for the
vision for the
future.
future.
The many
The many
years she
years she
spent being
spent being
challenged by
challenged by
new
new
technology has
technology has
served her
served her
well in
well
her
in
new
her new
career.
career.
Most real
Most
estate
real estate
agents are
agents are
behind in
behind
the
in the
area of
area of
technology,
technology,
so
so
she has
she has
become a
become a
beacon of
beacon
light
of
for
light
them.
for them.
For the
For the
past
past
year,
year,
Sheila
Sheila
has
has
held a
held a
weekly
weekly
software
software
training for
training for
new
new
and
and
experienced real
experienced
estate
real estate
agents to
agents to
assist them
assist
in
them in
becoming
becoming
successful.
successful.
Her
Her
passion is
passion is
always about
always about
helping
helping
people.
people.
In
In
2009, her
2009,
son
her
was
son was
born. In
born. In
2010,
2010,
he was
he was
diagnosed
diagnosed
with
with
Sheila.
Sheila.
How do you
How
say
do you
that?
say that?
Neurofibromatosis.
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 Since then,
Since
she
then, she
tried to
tried to
help families by
by
connecting them
connecting
with
them with
others in the
others in the
NF
NF
community.
community.
She has
She has
been
been
the race
the race
director for a
director for a
funding
funding
called
called
CUR, which
CUR,
is
which is
held
held
every
every
February
February
in
in
Detroit.
Detroit.
And
And
last
last
year, they
year, they
raised
raised
over
over
$50,000
$50,000
for
for
NF
NF
research.
research.
The one
The
thing
one
she
thing
has
she has
learned through
learned
all
through
of her
all of her
life
life
obstacles is that she is
she is
stronger than she
she
knew,
knew,
with
with
and with
and
with an
with an
unbridled
unbridled
passion for
passion for
kindness and
kindness
more
and more
versatile than
versatile
she
than
could
she
have
could have
ever
ever
imagined.
imagined.
Sheila,
Sheila,
welcome to the
welcome to the
show.
show.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
to have you here, Sheila.
Sheila.
You
You
know,
know,
I've
I've
loved
loved
you ever
you ever
since I've
since
met
I've
you.
met you.
So
So
I'm
I'm
excited to
excited
talk
to
about
talk about
some
some
you
you
as well as some video
video
capability today.
ability today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, let's get into it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna
I'm gonna
get things
get
started.
things
I'm gonna
started.
kick
I'm
off
gonna
the
kick off the
question for
question
you.
for
And the
you. And
first
the first
question
question
that I
that
have
I
for
have
you
for you
is
is
I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna go
business
business
first, then
first,
we'll
then
go
we'll go
personal. And the
personal.
first
The first
question I
question
have
I have
is,
is,
in your
in your
opinion,
opinion,
what is the
what is
most
the most
important
important
personality,
personality,
strength, and
and
trait that
trait that
someone
someone
needs to
needs to
work
work
in
in
this
this
industry?
industry?
So, in this industry, I would say the number one trait is customer service.
Okay.
And
Quite honestly, I think in any industry, customer service has got to be your number one priority and the number one skill that you need to have, because you're going to be working with all different kinds of people, and you got to give good customer service no matter what to all of them.
And when you say customer service, what does that mean? Could you define customer service for us?
So customer service for me means at the end of the transaction, at the end of the deal, at the end of the when we're now going to part ways, will you look back and say to me, you did everything in your power to make sure that this went smoothly and that everything was done appropriately, and that I feel comfortable walking into my home knowing that you were there with me every step of the way, and that I have a solid home and it's good, and you had all my best interest at heart.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So customer service is the number one skill or trait. Next question we have for you, Sheila. What time of the day do you get your best work done?
So my best time of the day is usually like the late afternoon into the evening time, just because it works out that way. I'm a homeschooling mom and a wife, and my husband goes to work in the evening time. So I usually try to do my best work like after dinner time, and I usually can have a lot of good focus time during that time.
Okay,
Okay.
so
So
I'm gonna
I'm
ask you
gonna
a
ask you a
personal question. If you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
be?
I would just say that the one thing that I would want to be remembered for was how I treated people.
And what would you like them to say when they say she treated people well?
Well, seeing that I try to strive every single day to be like Jesus, I would just like people to say she was as close to Jesus as anyone I'd ever seen.
Awesome, awesome. Appreciate that. So we don't have a lot of questions. I'm going to ask you some questions anyway, though, right? So
Absolutely.
I'm going to dive in some of the questions
Rapid
that I
fire
have.
round.
Yep. Let me see. What's a common myth about our industry that you often hear and that you disagree with?
Um, I think, and this is coming from the customer side, the myth that all agents are shady and sleazy. I think that is entirely not true. There are definitely a lot of people in this business that are not in it for the right reasons, but there are a lot of people in it for the right reasons. And they're there for you to guide you and make sure that you're going to get into the home that you're supposed to be in and not just a home. Or they're going to do everything they can to market your home to get it sold for top dollar. And they're going to educate you along the way. They're not just going to do it to get a check at the end of it.
Okay. Next question. What's one piece of advice you would give someone starting out in this career?
I would say that if you're going to start out in this industry, you really should be working with a mentor or a coach. It's very important to get with somebody and to stay accountable to that person or get a group of people to be accountable to each other because it's too easy in this industry because generally if you're a solo agent, you just don't you don't have the drive, right? You're a business owner and you have to have the drive every day to get up and do what it takes to get the business moving forward every single day. So when you first get into the business, it takes time and a mindset shift to really understand that you have to be doing something every day to move your business forward. So in the beginning, I think it's very, very important to be accountable to somebody, a coach, a mentor, a fellow real estate agent, whatever the case may be.
Awesome. Speaking of coaches and mentors, who has been your most important professional mentor or coach?
I would say professionally, there was one person who made a very big, huge impact on my life when I met her. And her name is Jennifer Mertlin, and she taught me a lot. She made me push myself, and even when I didn't want to, and I'm so glad she did. She taught me the mindset shift. And really, if I could be grateful to anybody in the beginning, it would be her and my
Awesome.
husband. I would say my
I was
husband has been my biggest supporter from the get go, even before Jennifer. He's always been there to say, um, "You can do this. You're doing it. You're successful." I mean, there's just been nothing but supportive words coming out of his mouth. So he's my number one fan.
I was going to ask you next personal because I heard you talk about your husband all the time, and I appreciate how he supports you, but he also encourages you and holds you accountable too, based off the conversations that we had. So it's not just oh you can do it. It's like real practical. Like let's do this
Well,
realistic.
there's many time in the 3 years that I've been in real estate that um I cried. I cried like a baby because I was just so beat up. I was so beat up in the beginning, and he really is the only person that has saved me. That said, you can do this. You are six, and he made me believe in myself. So yes.
Awesome. In this career, this industry, what's one lesson you have learned and that you think everyone should learn?
Uh, One lesson that everybody should learn
Yes,
that
that
I've
you've
learned.
learned. Yes.
Ooh. Um, you i- you have to be in the right mindset to um to get business. You have to know it's not just about the money, and it's not just about helping people. It's both together, but you have to be in the right space for that. It has to kind of merge into the middle. You know what I mean? It can't just always be about the money, and it can't always just be about helping people. You have to find that middle ground that you're going to be super successful with.
Awesome. Next question. What underrated tools are indispensable for this industry that you like? You know, you got a lot of tools too. I know you got a lot of them. What
So
is it?
I would say the most underrated one is Canva. You know, I've been using Canva since the get go. Before I even got into real estate, I was actually helping real estate agents before I was a real estate agent, how showing them how to use Canva and things like that. And I've been teaching Canva to real estate agents since 2019, 2000, no, 2019. So I think Canva is the most underutilized piece of equipment that there is out there. You can literally do real estate or entrepreneurship marketing with that single piece of software, and it's $120 a year. Like that is the least investment for the biggest bang for your buck, right? That's what we always look for. And I would say with Canva, that's it. That's it.
Okay, so that's number one. Do you have any more? Any other recommendations?
I like WeVideo for video editing. I think it's super user friendly, and coming from a tech background, I always try to find the things that are going to be less cumbersome and bring more value. And that's why I use Canva. But I find WeVideo is the same exact way, at least for what my needs are. With Canva, you can do thumbnails, you can do videos, you can do social media graphics and stuff for your website and all of that. And with WeVideo, you can video edit just about anything. You can screen record, you can record and then upload it into a library. And then they have a lot of good B-roll and images and things like that in there, as well as audio. So I think between those two pieces of software, you can I mean, really, for me, those are the two things that have made my business so successful.
Awesome. I appreciate that. I wanted you to talk about both of those because I know you live by those. And I think everybody should. Like you said, there's a lot of technical stuff out there. Oh, what about this? What about that? Canva, video, very, very simple, easy, user friendly tools. That's all we need because
Yep.
we still got a business to run. So,
Well, the one thing that I think agents do when they get into this business, and it's just the world that we live in right now, because there's this shiny object and that shiny. I mean, you scroll on Facebook and how many things pop up into your in front of you. Oh, I got to try that out. Oh, I got to try that out. Honestly, you don't need to try it out. Um, because you need to focus on getting business. And when you don't have the money to buy things, you shouldn't, right? So you just use marketing is going to be the biggest thing between relationships that you make that are going to get you more business. So focus on the things that you can do to market yourself, such as um, creating graphics for social media, creating graphics for your Google My Business, creating video for YouTube, just different things like that. So, I mean, don't spend a lot of money. Quit buying the shiny object that comes up and is like, oh my god, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, just work with a couple of things, and as you make more money, you're gonna soon realize that the money you're going to spend is going to be on people who are going to do these things for you afterwards, because you're going to be so busy that you're not going to be able to do them.
all right. So you mentioned marketing. That's one of my favorite subjects. In your experience, what's your favorite and what's your so let's do favorite and then let's do recommended. So what's your favorite marketing platform? Google, Facebook, YouTube, and then what do you recommend to most people?
So I'm going to tell you right now, Google My Business is the single one platform that everybody should be on. I'm sorry. It just is. You can be on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and blah, blah. And you should only really be on two, period. But between Google My Business and YouTube, those are my places. But Google My Business is I've gotten in the 3 years I've been in business, and I started my Google My Business right when I got um, in the 3 years I've closed 1.6 million in sales. So I mean, in the last month, I've gotten probably an average of 2 calls a week from just from my Google My Business, which is a free thing that you can do on Google to get you found. So, you know, it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's crazy because, you know, everybody Googles everything. And so when you get that call that somebody said, "Oh yeah, I Googled you and I found you," it's like, whoa, I mean, that's when you know you've hit the marketing jackpot. So and
Awesome.
and I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna give all grace and glory to God because He's the one that has given me this knowledge and skill, and you know, I just praise His name always for everything.
Thanks for that, Sheila. Can you? So we are here to talk about a little bit about video accountability. Let's get into that subject.
Sure.
And a lot of people get scared of video, but it's like almost essential to your business if you want to be successful. Can you give your perspective and your insight on the importance of using video?
Oh man, you know, we all when 2020 hit, we all were like, "Oh my gosh, what do we do?" You know, nobody's seeing each other. I mean, everybody was just in their house, and how do we get to each other? Because you know, everybody was so scared to just even be next to anybody they didn't know. So we had to figure out a way to do things to get in front of people without being in front of them, right? So, um, anything that you can do to get your face in front of people where you're talking to them, where you're showing your personality, where they can see your face, put a name to a face, hear your voice, and see your interaction is the one thing that's going to get you a connection, a real good connection, short of being there in person. I mean, it really is. In this day and age, you have to be doing video so that people can really see who you are without being in front of them.
Okay. And there's a lot of, oh my God, I'm scared. And there's a lot around video. Do you have some insight and some insight on like getting started with video?
Yeah, you know, everybody is really scared. Everybody is. I don't think I've met a single person who hasn't said, you know, I'm just so scared. I don't know what to say. It's nerve-wracking. I don't know where the content is. Do I have the right microphone? Is there good lighting? You know, all this stuff. You know, you can't be a pro basketball player or pro baseball player by going there one time and trying to hit the ball, right? You can't be a great pitcher if you're going to go out there a couple of times and just throw the ball. You have to consistently do it. And taking that first step in getting it done is going to get you to the finish line. You can't get to the finish line without taking the first step and practicing, practicing, practicing. No, you're not going to be the most famous YouTube person on the planet, you know, the first week you're doing videos. It's going to take practice. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And there are so many ways that you can practice. You can practice by sending videos to your family and friends via text. You can upload just small segment YouTube videos into YouTube or onto Facebook. You can just do a quick, you know, 3 bullet point video on Facebook, nothing special. There's just so many things, but the biggest thing that you should be doing with video is working with another agent or manager or whoever, like whatever your business is, you need to be working with a video accountability person. You need to have somebody who's going to say, you're doing it, you're getting it done. And if you don't get it done, I'm going to call you out on social media or you're going to pay me $500 or whatever the case may be. You have to be accountable. It's the only way you're going to move the needle.
So video accountability. Do
Yep.
you have the link to our video accountability call?
Yeah, I have it. You want me to put
Okay.
it in?
Yeah, could you put it in the chat? You see where the chat is somewhere?
Yeah, let me get it.
Yeah, get that link, paste it in there, and then let's talk about how what we do in that group.
So, actually, I'm gonna put the Zoom. You want me to put the Zoom link in there?
Whatever you want.
So the video
You can
accountability.
screen share too, and maybe share the email that you've shared with
Yeah.
us.
So why don't I just share screen the
Okay.
at least the email because I want
Okay.
people to know about the video accountability
Okay.
and what we're doing, and it kind of explains it in there. So,
Okay.
where do you want me to, share?
Yeah, go ahead. Screen share.
All right. And this one right here. All right. So this is the email that I just sent out to the group of people that we've already had for 12 weeks. We've been doing this for 12 weeks, and everybody's been fantastic, getting their videos done every week. And some people jumped in the middle. That was fine. But we all agreed
Could you
that we
zoom
want
in
to
a
keep,
little, Sheila?
yeah, we all agreed that, are you good there? Let me see.
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Um, we all agreed that we wanted to continue um, to do this. All right. So so this is what we decided on. And the very first 12 weeks we did this, there was no charge. You know, I've been doing this training, a software training, software skills for agents training for almost 3 years, and I haven't taken any money from anybody. But I have used a lot of my time to do all this. And my husband has kept telling me, you need to get paid for this. You need to get... And Jerome has also said it, and other people have said it. And so I don't, I'm not somebody who, you know, wants to make a ton of money off this, but I want people to succeed. It's my biggest goal in life is customer service and for people to succeed always. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on June 10th at 1, and I'll be charging for the 8-week session. And what I'm going to be charging is, if you want to pay per month, it's going to be $75 each month. And if you only want to pay one time, it's going to be $125. Okay. The hyperlinks are right here. I'll put them in the chat. What you will get during the accountability 8-week session is you're going to get a once a week Zoom call on Friday at 1:00 that lasts for 30 minutes. We are going to then afterwards, we're going to do a software training that begins at 1:30, and it may end at 2, it may end at 2:30, depending on what we're going to go over that day. Now we're going to be going over Google My Business. We're going to be going over Canva. We're going to be going over WeVideo. We're going to be going over social media. We're going to be going over a lot of different things over the 8-week, in terms of like where we need to be focusing our marketing. So that's what that software training is going to be. And then I'm also giving you a good bonus of 2 hours of for each person, of desktop support through for the whole 8 weeks. So it's only 2 hours each person, and it lasts over the 8 weeks, because sometimes you just need a one-to-one to ask questions. You know, I know that technology is very difficult for some people and they struggle with it. And I know that sometimes you can't get your questions answered, or at least like in school, you know, the teacher would go everything and then you go, yeah, I got it. And then you get off and go, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. So I want to make sure that people are getting it and it's clicking, and that they're going to be able to move the needle forward, with getting their things done. So I want to give my time to them, and I do it anyways, and I've done it without getting paid. But now is the time where I'm going to be spending a little bit more time doing this stuff. So that's where you know, we thought about.
You want mute? You want lost your audio?
Is it back?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my cord on the back of my mic is loose. So um if they want to join this week's session, or I'm sorry, this 8-week session coming up, then I would just ask that they email me at smc@milocalrealty.com, and just say request to join video accountability, and then, you know, I can send them this email to them. But in the meantime, if they do want to join right now, I'll go ahead and throw these links into the chat.
Thank you. And I
Yeah.
agree with your husband. That's one of the reasons why I like him. Is like, you need to get paid because you're bringing value. You're bringing real value.
Well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I want to make sure that people are being successful when they get into something. And it's not just about real estate, it's about everything, right? It's about any job. It's about um, no matter what job you are at, you have the world isn't going to go backwards, right? I mean, the only time it's going to go backwards is if we lose the internet or we lose electricity or whatever. We're going to keep moving forward. So the best thing that you can do is to learn technology. And especially as business owners, you have to learn technology. It's a must. And then lastly, if you are at a virtual brokerage or you're thinking about going to a virtual brokerage, this is so important because I keep seeing this happen. If you are thinking about going to a virtual brokerage, make sure that you get with somebody who knows technology. If you don't know technology, just really kind of think that over, and if you're going to go there, make sure you connect really and be accountable to somebody who knows technology, because if you don't know technology and you go into a virtual brokerage, you will unfortunately get lost in the shuffle.
I agree 100%. And that's one of the points we've always agreed on.
Yep.
You can't, no matter what people are saying, if you pay attention to the successful ones, you all have technology. There's
Yep.
no way getting around it. And you said virtual brokerages, but I think it's central in just about all businesses. If you want to be successful, you need
Well,
some kind of involvement in technology.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing about like some of the brick and mortar brokerages, like their IT people set things up, and all you have to do is come in and learn a little bit of things. But when you get to a virtual brokerage, you really kind of, if you're not up on technology, then you're going to kind of, go further back, get further back and further back. It's just more of a hurdle you're going to have to climb, besides learning real estate, right? So that's the only part that I, want to make sure that people understand, because it's one thing that I keep seeing with the virtual brokerages where people come in and nobody's informed them about how much technology background or how tech savvy they have to be in order to be at a virtual brokerage. So
I agree. So video, what would you say? How many videos would you say you've done over like your career?
Oh gosh. I don't know, probably 200 or so, I'd say. I don't even know how many I have on my YouTube for my real estate business. I think I have like 25 or 30, maybe more. And then I, on my software skills for agents one, I have um a lot on there, because that I try to teach people how to do things. So I'll screen share and show them, how to find expired leads, or how to animate a logo in Canva, or how to video edit, or how to do a Google My Business profile, So all those things are on my Software Skills for Agents YouTube channel.
So the reason why I asked you that is because you're a veteran and you still like want accountability for your business and doing video. And me too. I've done like well over 100. I'm probably up in 1,000 somewhere.
Yeah.
And I still was like, you know what? I want some accountability. And that's why you formulated a group
Yes.
for accountability.
Yes.
And could you talk about, so we talked about how to get in your group, but could you talk about the experience and the growth and how it's going in our video accountability?
So the people that have joined the video accountability group have flourished. I've watched them come out of their shell. I really have. I mean, I'm going to call out Mike Hawker right now, because he's one of the bigger ones that has come out of his shell, and he's done amazing this whole time. There are other ones in the group, like Heather has done amazing. She gives so much value. She's just so animated when she talks. You can just totally hear the caring in her voice. But not only that, people are seeing that. People are commenting, "I love your videos." and they're engaging with them on social media or wherever they have posted the video. And the people that are doing the video are seeing that. They're seeing what a difference that it makes in a person's life, right? If you don't get that video done, then you don't know what impact that's going to have on somebody. And what I always tell people, and I used to, and I said this at a real estate mastermind one time to Ramsey, I said, you are hurting people by not doing video. You are basically harming your future clients by not doing video, because they need to hear what you have to say. What you have to say is so important and unique to you that you need to start doing video so you can share that information with them. You're not going to get every single person. Every single person isn't going to be like, "Oh my God, you're just so amazing." No, that's not going to happen. But you are going to connect, just like in real life. You're going to connect with those that want to connect with you, that really listen to you, hear what you're saying, like your personality, like the way you explain things. Those are the people that are going to follow you and listen to your videos.
Thank you. And so one of our members in the group was like, he was like, all right, we might shut it down. And she was like, if we shut it down, I'm never going to start back up again. So I propose to you, like, express and talk about the importance of that accountability and that momentum to keep going.
So who was it that did I say I was going to shut it down?
It wasn't you, but I don't want to say her name because, but you know,
Okay.
the one that was held accountable the most is Friday.
I don't remember who that was, but
Okay.
but anyways, by continuing to keep going, you're just going to keep practicing, right? A band member or a baseball player or a basketball player is not going to stop mid-season. They're going to keep practicing every week. So it's the same thing. We have to just keep practicing. And as many videos as I've done, holding myself accountable had more to do with figuring out how to do video even when you don't have it, like even when you don't have the content, even when you don't have everything perfect, like just getting up there and just speaking the value, just speaking, being your authentic self. There were many videos over the 12 weeks that we just did that I'm like, I don't have time to just piece all this B-roll together. I need to just get something out there. And all I did was sit in front of the camera, hit record, and just talk. There were a few times where I might have stopped and then restarted and edited out. But in general, like, it was just me talking to the camera and saying, I'm giving you this value. And I think it's very important that you know this and you take it for what it's worth and listen to it.
Awesome, Sheila. Can you post those links one more time? And while we're doing that, so now I want to bring value to you. And I'm going to ask you these questions. So, question number one, how can someone bring immediate value to you or your business?
I would say that whoever is in need of video accountability, if you are in need of video accountability, please join our session. Really, it will help you move. It's only 8 weeks. We did 12 weeks before. I felt it was a little bit long, but I think the 8 weeks is a good session, and it will help you to move the needle forward. It will cause you to have a mind shift. It will. It really will. And it will be better for your business. What was the other question that you asked?
That was it.
Okay. Oh, and if they have any referrals for Michigan, I'm happy to help any clients here in Michigan with real estate as well.
Referrals, can you expand upon what that means?
So if you have any people that are looking to sell here or buy here, I pride myself on being a fantastic marketer. I know how to market things. I know how to market myself. I know how to market homes, and I stand out by the way I market from most agents in this industry. I'm happy to answer questions from clients here in Michigan. But I really want to be able to help them succeed in selling their home or purchasing new home. So
Thank you, Sheila. You know what we have to do?
what?
We have to make everybody write a testimonial about our video accountability group.
Yes.
We need to get that feedback and those testimonials from people's experience, how much they've grown.
Yes. Yep. I'm gonna send out an email today. That's a great idea. You know, you've given me a testimony, and I think Donald gave me a testimony, which was great. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to everybody else and see if they can at least give me a testimony. And honestly, if you do have a Google My Business page, thank you for bringing that up, Jerome. If you guys have a Google My Business page, make sure you're getting testimony on those pages, even if it's just your friends and family that are able to give you some good feedback about the character that you are.
So twofold. I want direct what do we testimony on our video accountability,
Yes.
and we want, like you said, we want feedback and testimonies on our business overall.
Yes.
And what we need to do, everybody that's getting value from that video accountability, we need to write your testimonial so people can see what's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
So we are like done. I kind of want to ask you.
Feel free to ask me. I'm here. My son and my husband went shopping, so I'm
okay.
here.
So I want to know your recommendation on 3 books for this business.
That's not a good question to ask me. Actually, I don't have the book in front of me. I would say number 1 book to read in this business is the Bible.
Okay.
It's number 1. Because you need God in this business more than anything. Because I tell you, it's a tough business to be in. You get railroaded, and you just have to know that you're strong and that God will provide for you every day. The other books, I don't read books, so I know the 7 Daily Habits is a good one to read. I know that those is and any book that you can find on routines, keeping yourself in a routine, I think is going to be super key. That's the one thing. I did find a book on that I'm reading. So I'm trying to make sure that I start a routine, because that I notice has helped me a bit when I've done it. It's made things more easier in my day. So I would say any book about habits.
Okay. What's one question you wish I had asked you, and how would you have answered it?
God, I don't know. I don't know the question.
Next question I kind of have for you, I want to hear about is I want you to talk about Nick and the neuro and how people can contribute and help.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question to ask me about NF. You know, I was a big advocate on NF awareness. I'm not so much anymore because, you know, there's been so much.
Tell us what it is again one more time.
So NF is neurofibromatosis. It's a genetic condition where tumors form anywhere in or on the body along nerves. And you can either be born with it or you can't. I'm sorry. You are born with it, but you can have it as a spontaneous mutation or from a parent. My son's NF is from a spontaneous mutation. My husband and I don't have it. But because my son has it now, he has a 50% chance of passing it on to his children. So, you know, I tried to raise awareness about it for probably, I think it's been like 12 years or 11 years of his life, trying to just raise awareness and connect other families, because people with NF, I believe, were, you know, because they could get facial deformities and things like that from tumors. A lot of people look at you know, they didn't look at them appropriately, or they were like, you know, shutting them or whatever. And I really tried to connect families and get people out and get people to walks and doing things like that. And again, it goes back to just trying to be helpful to people, making sure that they get connected and that they feel loved and that they're with a family and supported by people. So it's the same thing with my real estate business and my software skills for agents. Just we all need to come together and just help each other at whatever we're doing. And the NF was was what I was doing with that too, trying to just connect people. My son's doing okay. He has just some neurofibromas in his body and nothing crazy. His biggest struggle is with ADHD and some autistic characteristics, but other than that, he's a great kid. He's a fantastic kid. I love him dearly.
And thank you, Sheila. How can we like help, or how can we contribute to some of
So,
the
if
research?
anybody wants to contribute towards research, the Children's Tumor Foundation is a great organization funding research to find a cure for neurofibromatosis, and they can go to ctf.org to donate.
Awesome. I appreciate you, Sheila. Got one more question for you.
Yeah.
How can we find out more about you online?
You can go to my Google My Business. You can type in realtor in Clinton Township, and usually I'll come up number one. But you can reach out to me on Facebook or Software Skills for Agents on YouTube. Either of those places, I'm there, and I'm happy to just start having conversations with anybody about technology or mentorship or coaching for technology. Again, I've got 30 years of the background and have done all different kinds. So I create my own websites, and I mean, there's really nothing I haven't seen in technology.
All right, Sheila, give us one more. We got the closing table, the closing statement in real estate. Give us a closing statement about video accountability.
Just do it.
I like
Right?
that one. Yeah,
Just do
absolutely.
it. Like Jerome says, just do it.
Just do it. This has been fun. I appreciate you so much. We did this spontaneously,
Yeah.
and we did pretty okay. So thank you so much, Sheila. I'm pretty sure we'll do some more stuff in the future, and I'm looking forward to all of our collaborations.
Well, I just want to thank you, Jerome. You do so much to help everyone. You are there for everyone. You support them, you lift them, you encourage them. And I am so grateful to call you one of my really good friends. So, I hope people are here supporting you. I see all the time people just, trying to take pictures with you and buying your book. And I'm just so grateful that you have had such good success and that you deserve it because you're just an amazing soul.
You trying to make me cry on camera?
I'm
Oh
grateful for
man.
you.
Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate you so much.
Yes.